Hello and welcome back to another video or audio if you're listening in an audio format. My name is Justyna. Welcome to my channel. If you're a returning viewer or listener, welcome back and thank you for joining me today. So here today I'm going to talk about Mars in Scorpio transit. This transit starts on September the 22nd. It will last until November the 4th. So we've got roughly 6 to 7 weeks of this influence. Up until now, Mars was traveling in the sign of Libra. Mars in Libra is weak and it can be quite indecisive. However, in Scorpio, it can be very, very focused and determined. So here, Mars rules Aries, but it is also a the traditional ruler of Scorpio. So it's a very, very strong placement for Mars. So first of all, Mars is the planet of action, motivation, courage, drive. Here, have a look if you have any placements in Scorpio, because this means Mars will align with these placements. But also here in Taurus, here you will have an opposition to these placements. Oppositions are often connected to other people. In this case scenario, it would be maybe other people projecting their anger onto us. So here squares on the other hand, so that's Leo and Aquarius placements. This energy generally requires a little bit of effort. This could be about some obstacles, challenges coming along the way, but especially when these placements are activated. All right, so this is just a little bit on the side note. So first of all, here Mars, the planet of action, drive, motivation. So here Mars in Scorpio is very, very determined. This is about channeling this energy with purpose, because there's a lot of depth, transformative energy, and a lot of determination and focus. So here Mars in Scorpio is an amazing transit for dealing with issues, matters that require patience, that require strategy rather than quick burst of energy, because that will be more Mars in Aries energy. So here Scorpio is a water sign connected to very profound, deep, intense energies. With Mars in Scorpio, Mars in Scorpio gives us this amazing courage to face fears, any phobias, things that perhaps we are scared to deal with, approach on a regular daily basis. This is an opportunity to let go, release of what no longer serves us, with the courage to confront what's hidden, what's challenging, what's complex. Here we've got this amazing chance for this massive transformation, liberation as well. Now, something to watch out for under the influence of this transit, especially as this transit begins, because as this transit begins, Mars will connect with Pluto retrograde in Aquarius by a tense square. This could stir up some unconscious, some hidden negative energies connected to control, jealousy, behavioral patterns, anything to do with power struggles as well. So definitely watch out for these sort of behavioral patterns and dynamics coming through your own thoughts, or perhaps through other people's projections onto you. Mars in Scorpio operates at its best when it is channeled with purpose. So here, don't waste your energy on things that don't serve you any purpose. So here, let's have a look how this transit will influence each sign on a deeper level. And we'll start from Aries. So here for you, Aries, this transit is going to take place in your 8th house. The 8th house is traditionally associated with the energy of Scorpio, of course. So here, this is the house of transformation, very deep, profound energies, but anything to do with investments, debts, anything to do also with money that comes through other sources than our regular income, also inheritance, tax refunds, for example. And also anything to do with transformation, healing, and deep energies, intimate life. So here, this transit will be from the 22nd of September until November the 4th, as I mentioned earlier. So what is happening here? This transit is about facing your fears. It's about generally realizing who or what drains your energy. This is your chance to also review and look at any emotional, financial entanglements you may have with other people. Now, for others, it could also manifest as perhaps dealing with taxes, loans, anything to do also with perhaps reviewing any financial responsibilities you may have towards others, for example. There's also an opportunity for healing. You've got a lot of courage here to deal with complex matters. So here, healing is possible, especially of some closest relationships in your life, and in particular, if you experienced any issues, anything that show up, especially at the beginning of this transit when Mars squares Pluto. Issues connected to trust, control, power may come up to the surface, giving you a chance to look at them from a slightly different angle perspective. It's a chance for healing as well. So lots of intensity here and passionate energy as well. But at the same time, watch out for any patterns connected to possessiveness, obsessive behavioral patterns, jealousy behavioral patterns as well. Because if those come up, don't push them away. This is your chance for transformation, for realizing perhaps what needs clearing. Because in a way here, with Mars in the area of transformation, this is your opportunity, if you will, to release, let go of what no longer serves you, so that you can step forward feeling much lighter, so that you can generally free yourself from any emotional baggage you've been carrying for quite some time. So thank you very much, Aries. Now let's have a look at Taurus. Taurus, welcome. This transit will happen in your 7th house. So here, relationships, one-to-one connections, partnerships come to the spotlight between September 22nd and November the 4th. So this is where generally a lot of energy is invested here into this area of your chart. So at the same time, you might notice, especially here at the beginning of this transit when Mars squares Pluto, any unresolved issues showing up, coming up to the surface. With Mars in Scorpio here, and also in its connection to Pluto in Aquarius, anything that's hidden, perhaps anything that's unresolved, might come up to the surface and become more visible, more noticeable. Mars brings a lot of passion, dynamic, heated, hot energy, but at the same time in Scorpio, this is about authenticity. This is about the truth. So anything superficial and real is not going to satisfy you, fulfill you. So during this time, generally, you might also have really, really intense, really powerful conversations, maybe even confrontations that in a way could finally clear the air between yourself and the other person. Now, if you're single, then during this time, if you happen to meet someone new in a romantic sense, then generally under the influence of these energies here with Mars, you are drawn to passionate, deep, profound connections, but at the same time, they might feel fated. They might feel very transformative, intense as well. Now, when it comes to business partnerships and contracts and negotiations here with Mars, Mars helps you to be more assertive here, especially in one-to-one connections. But at the same time, this is about also being clear about your needs, about your desires. And the challenge here, because of course you got an opposition to your ascendant, the challenge here is balance. It's about generally don't give away your power, but at the same time, don't become too defensive here. It's essential to have this healthy balance so that generally things don't lead to a conflict. All right, so this is what I've got for you, Taurus. Thank you very much. Geminis, welcome. Geminis, for you, this transit is taking place in your 6th house. So the 6th house deals with your everyday life, your lifestyle, everyday routine, but also anything to do with any illnesses and your physical body, which is also connected to the 1st house, of course. So first of all, with Mars entering this area of your chart, that's September the 22nd until November the 4th. So this transit is absolutely amazing for getting organized, for restructuring your daily life, daily routine, for dealing with day-to-day tasks, duties, responsibilities. So it can be a very, very productive period in your life, because you might also experience a sense of pressure at your work, for example, or anything that you do on daily basis, anything connected to your daily mundane reality. Perhaps you might be, it might be that perhaps some clients might be demanding, might be needing you more than usual, or perhaps it might be that your daily responsibilities might increase. Perhaps you might be trying to reach certain deadlines in time, or perhaps it might be that some projects you're working on dealing with, they might require more effort, more energy, more focus. So here the good news is that Mars in Scorpio gives you a lot of determination, and as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, this energy is at its best when it's channeled with purpose. So here, be mindful of stress. Make sure that you also find some time for yourself, for rest, because with Mars, yes, Mars can make you very, very driven, very courageous, assertive as well. But at the same time, you also need to remember to have some downtime to recharge your energies. And at the same time, this is also a really powerful time for implementing the necessary changes in your health routine. Mars in the sixth house can speed up your metabolism, so it's a good time for getting fit, for exercising, for example. And Mars here in Scorpio, with all this determination and also patience that comes with Scorpio energy, waiting for the right time, you might realize that now is the time. Now is the time, perhaps, to implement some more discipline into your health and well-being routine. Perhaps this is about also being more even attracted to spicy foods as well. This could be very much the case as well. And of course, the sixth house is also connected to co-workers. So also watch out for what's happening at your work, office dynamics. Generally here, the way this energy could manifest is that perhaps some people at your work office could feel threatened by your determination, by your energy, by your ability to assert yourself during this time. So try to use this energy as wisely as you can, because you can achieve a lot during this time. So thank you very much, Geminis. Now let's have a look at Cancers. Cancers, welcome. So here, Scorpio will be transiting your fifth house, and the fifth house is the house of creativity, joy, fun, the creative self-expression. So this transit starts on September 22nd. It will last until the 4th of November. So during this time, because here with Mars in Scorpio can be very determined, passionate, very transformative as well, patient. And here with Mars in Scorpio, as I mentioned earlier, we've got this inner ability to wait for the right moment without jumping too quickly into conclusions. So that's a positive manifestation of this transit. But at the same time here, the way this energy could manifest, it will depend on your circumstances. Because first of all, if you're a parent, you might notice that your kids might be more energetic. Perhaps it might be more difficult to the bedtime routine might become more challenging. For example, perhaps they might demand more of your attention, more of your energy. So you will need extra patience during these times. Perhaps you might also realize that you need to slightly restructure some aspects of daily life in order to find more balance. And at the same time here, for those who are dating, this energy can be very, very magnetic. It brings a lot of depth and passion, but also it makes you drawn to connections that feel very powerful, that feel very transformative as well. So this isn't a time for some casual dating. You need real passion. You need authentic connections. Nothing superficial will satisfy you. Now, creatively speaking, and also when it comes to your hobbies, projects you will be working on during this time, this is an amazing period, because you can pour all this transformative, deep, profound energy into projects that you will be working on, into hobbies that excite you, that make you happy. Now, since Scorpio is also connected to obsession and very passionate energy. This could also mean that you might become literally obsessed about a certain project or hobby interest that perhaps you'll be engaged in during this time. So generally here, the key and the goal is to manifest this intense energy into something that you're truly passionate about, rather than let it spill into some unnecessary conflict or power struggle. So thank you so much, Cancers. And now, Leos, welcome. This transit will be taking place in your fourth house. So that's the area of home and family matters, emotional foundations as well. So here with Mars transiting this area of your chart between September 22nd and November the 4th, you will feel really, really motivated and determined to make the necessary changes at your home. So this could indicate the deep cleaning here. Of course, Scorpio is a water sign connected to depth, profound energies. So an amazing time also for generally dealing with those less pleasant aspects of cleaning of the house. Now, since Scorpio energy is connected to damp places, this could indicate that perhaps you'll be dealing with perhaps any places in the house that perhaps where there is too much moisture, for instance. So it's a really good time for paying attention to these places, especially if you have things accumulated in the corners or of your rooms, for instance. Have a look what's happening behind. It's a really good time for clearing away and for decluttering places that are overly cluttered. Perhaps the time has come for you to clear out your attic, your cellar. There's some dark places in the house. Look at those dark places. Perhaps you want to renovate your toilet, or this could also indicate that the gutters need to be emptied, cleared out. Look what's happening in the cupboard under your sink. Maybe, you need to do some deep cleaning, some clear out over there as well. So here Scorpio energy deals with those darker places, darker and some hidden areas, things that we don't perhaps use on daily basis. So decluttering and renovating, and this is your chance for getting generally for doing this very deep clear out. So also this energy and gives you, this transit gives you the motivation to take on a project that you've been putting off for quite some time. Now, at the same time here, since the fourth house also deals with family matters, family dynamics, this could also indicate that perhaps some family issues might require more of your attention, more of your effort. But here Mars can also bring some conflict. Or perhaps some strong opinions in the household. So also watch your words. Watch your words, because sometimes even unintentionally you might lash out and then later regret it. All right, so also this transit can bring some emotions, memories from the past, things that perhaps were unresolved, that have been forgotten, could be brought back to the surface. This is your chance for facing these fears, facing these issues, these challenges, and resolving them, letting go as well. All right, so thank you, Leos. Now, Virgos, welcome. So here, Mars in Scorpio transit is going to start on September 22nd. It will last until November the 4th. So this is happening in your area of communication, learning, your mindset, your thinking processes, short distance travel, your life within your community is highlighted during this time as well. So generally here, Mars in the third house on its own, it gives a lot of confidence. It can make you feel more outspoken, more direct in your communication style, but also more willing to speak what's on your mind, literally speaking. And here with Scorpio energy, of course, there is a lot of depth and sometimes intensity, and sometimes your words might come across as sharp, even unintentionally. So here the challenge is to be mindful not to come across too confrontational, especially with your siblings, with your neighbors, or perhaps with people that you see regularly on daily basis. Now, at the same time, this is an amazing time for writing, for speaking, for podcasting, for negotiating as well. Now, at the same time here, Mars and Scorpio energy can make your mind pretty restless. So for this reason, it's essential to engage in activities that can help you to keep your mind fulfilled, so, or stimulated. So this could see you traveling more, short distance travel, for example. This is a good time for learning, for studying, for writing. But here, something to watch out for, because Mars is also connected to anything that is sharp, to sharp objects, to tools, to knives. So here, be careful in working with sharp objects. And at the same time, also watch out your speed when driving. There is a tendency to drive faster than we realize. So watch out here on the roads. Make sure you display your parking tickets when parking at the place that requires one. So thank you very much, Virgos. Now Libras, welcome. Here, this transit here of Mars and Scorpio will activate your second house of finances, income, resources, self-worth, possessions, movables, possessions. So here with the second house activation, this is connected to money that you earn through your own talents, through your own efforts, through your own skills. This transit starts on September 22nd. It lasts until November the 4th. So during this time here, Mars gives you a lot of drive, a lot of motivation to deal with any financial matters that require your attention. So this is a good time generally here for taking control of your area of income, finances. This energy also gives you more determination, more drive to build financial security and stability in your life. Now, at the same time, on the other hand, with Mars in the second house in Scorpio is also connected to impulse spending. So watch out your outgoings, watch out your finances during this time, because sometimes under the influence of this energy, we might have this inner need, desire to buy something at instant, something that feels essential in the moment, but perhaps after a day or two, you might change your mind. So also keep an eye on these impulsive purchases. Now, on a deeper level, this energy might also make you kind of question yourself, your worth. If you have your own business, for example, or side hustle, you might also question whether you charge the right amount, the right fee for your skills, for your products, for your services, or perhaps whether you are undercharging. This energy can make you face these limiting beliefs you may have about yourself, about your ability, capability to attract wealth, to earn good income. So in a way, by facing these fears, these negative limiting thoughts, you allow yourself to heal, you allow yourself to release them. This transit can help you to strengthen your confidence around your skills, around your self-worth. So thank you very much, Libras. Now, Scorpios, welcome. So here, this transit is a big one, and it is moving into our first house. And how did you enjoy Mars in Libra? I'm just thinking that I spend a lot of time working here on my own from behind the scenes throughout the duration of this transit. And here with Mars and Scorpio, the energy is more outward. So this transit starts on September 22nd until November the 4th. So this is a really, really powerful magnetic energy. Of course, Mars is the traditional ruler of Scorpio. So here, this energy can make us more confident, more determined, more driven as well, and much more willing, determined to go after what we truly want. Generally, Mars can make us more passionate, and this is going to be visible because here Mars in the first house is out there. Here the first house is the area of the self, the energy that we resonate. People can sense, people will be able to sense this increased passion and drive and courage, assertion coming through our aura. So the key here, of course, as I mentioned earlier, is to channel this energy with purpose. Instead of wasting this energy on lashing out and being too impulsive, because the emotions will be running very, very high. So here there is a lot of passion, there is a lot of courage, determination, but this energy here in the first house can also make us more defensive, especially if someone triggers us. Whenever a planet moves into the first house, this is in a way kind of like a personal reset, a moment where we can reinvent ourselves. We're starting a new cycle here as well. It's a great chance to let go, especially after that 12th house energy. Let go of what no longer serves your growth. Let go of what holds you back. This is a chance to move forward. You can do so also by stepping out of your comfort zone, doing something different. So with Mars in Scorpio, we can make a lot of progress, but at the same time, it's essential to wait for the right moment. So thank you very much, Scorpios. Now, Sagittarius, welcome. We've got this transit starting on September 22nd until November the 4th, and this is happening in your area of the 12th house. So the hidden chart, the hidden part of the chart, the subconscious, the area of spirituality, hidden matters, addictions. So I've just gone through this transit, and it wasn't as bad as it seems, but there's a lot of behind the scenes work. That's definitely a big theme here of this transit, because the energy of Mars is being drawn inward during this time. So exercising is fantastic to release, let go of the excess of any negative energy. So here during this time, because of course with Mars being the planet associated with drive, assertion, courage, in the 12th house, very often these energies are hidden. They are not visible to others. So you might feel very ambitious, you might feel very determined, but this is not visible to others. There's a lot happening beneath the surface. But at the same time here with Mars in the 12th house, Mars is going to push you to confront any subconscious fears, any hidden blocks, limiting thoughts, energies, any habits that sabotage, that slow down your progress, that hold you back. So the way this energy can manifest at times, it can manifest as a feeling of restlessness, frustration without even knowing why. That's why I mentioned earlier that exercising is fantastic with this placement, and those with natal Mars in the 12th house will probably know why. Now, at the same time, while exercising can be fantastic, is of course Mars is connected to also physical energy. Here what you can also do is practice meditation, yoga, spend time in nature, journaling, listening to music is also beneficial. Anything connected to those 12 house themes overall is great. Whatever it is, you need an outlet for self-expression. You need a way to release the energy that needs to be released. Now, with Mars in the 12th house, we can be very, very productive, working independently, working alone, working from behind the scenes. This energy is probably more productive and you will feel more efficient working on your own rather than in group surroundings, rather than in group situations. This is, of course, a temporary energy, temporary transit. It's not going to be forever, but during the duration of this transit, very often the 12th house energy, especially Mars here, is great. You can really focus your energy working on your own, in the privacy of your home, or behind the scenes, from wherever it is here. The independent work rather than group work is more beneficial, more effective during this time. At the same time, pay attention to your dreams, pay attention to any synchronicities taking place at this time or any flashes of intuition, because they might act as something valuable messages coming through your thoughts. All right, so thank you very much, Sagittarius. Now, Capricorns, welcome. We've got Mars in Scorpio happening from the September 22nd until November the 4th. This transit will be activating your 11th house, so your friendships, your groups, the groups that you belong to, your long-term goals, long-term plans. So overall here, this energy really pushes you to think about the people that are in your life that you want to connect with, your dreams, your future goals, your plans. So this is an amazing time for taking these big, decisive steps toward achieving your dreams, achieving your goals, achieving your objectives as well. So this transit could also see you joining a new group or perhaps working with a group on a mutual project. But you might be joining a group, perhaps you might be going away. So there's some kind of group involvement, networking, some kind of group activity, teamwork highlighted here. And if this is the case, this is a beneficial time for doing so. At the same time, this energy brings a lot of motivation to align yourself with the right people who share similar vision, with people who share similar interests. However, here with Mars in Scorpio, this energy could also manifest as potential conflicts, power struggles, especially watch out for the 22nd to the 25th, when Mars forms a square to Pluto. While Mars in Scorpio transiting your 11th house can potentially create situations when you might have some heated conversations with someone from your social circle or group you belong to, at the same time, this energy will also make you realize what kind of people are your kind of people and what kind of people are worth your time, worth your energy. So generally use this transit to move forward with some important life goals, important life projects. And also this is your chance to realize what kind of people do you want to surround yourself in your life. Because this is essentially about realizing who generally helps you grow and who drains your energy. So thank you very much, Capricorns. Now, Aquarius, welcome. We've got this transit taking place in your area of the 10th house, so your area of career, public life, public image. So this is a very important transit happening in one of your significant angular houses. So the angular houses are the strongest houses in our birth chart. This is the 1st, the 4th, the 7th, and the 10th. So for you, this is your public life, your life direction, your career path, professional life path, and development. So here, Mars brings a lot of drive, ambition, the determination to succeed, to reach your goals, to reach your life objectives. Here we are looking at your career, your life direction, some worldly achievements depending on your circumstances. But generally, this is a moment when this transit gives you a lot of determination. This is also about not necessarily jumping too quickly into any idea or conclusions. It's about waiting for the right moment. It's about channeling this energy with purpose. But at the same time, Mars helps you to assert yourself more effectively, more efficiently in the professional environment, in your public world, public life. But at the same time, here with Mars can make you more competitive than usual, and it can also attract competition into your field, into your life, into your environment. So very often with Mars transiting this area of our life, we go through some testing moments, especially since Mars in the 10th will square your ascendant, your first house at some point throughout the duration of this transit. So this pay attention when this happens, because on this day, this day could present some potential challenges, perhaps a time, a moment when you need to stand your ground with someone in authority figure or a co-worker. But overall, the important element of this transit is to focus on what you truly want to build in this area of your life. This isn't about surface level success. This isn't about anything superficial. This is about something deeper, something more profound, something lasting. Scorpio is a fixed sign. So this is about creating goals, reaching milestones that are sustainable. This is about working towards something that has a purpose, has a deeper meaning as well. So if your career feels misaligned at this point in your life, this transit could push you to transform it. So think of it as a period or a phase, if you will, of a potential transformation. And at the same time, this is also the house of our reputation, public career, professional reputation, public image. Also, this is about acting with integrity during this time. Don't channel this energy in a negative way, because any negative behaviors during this time could generally damage your reputation. So thank you very much. And Pisces, welcome. This transit activates your ninth house. The ninth house deals with foreign places, foreign travel, our life direction, our life purpose. So here, this transit is starting on September 22nd. It will last until November the 4th. So we've got a lot of here energy that will push you to broaden your horizons, to expand your knowledge. It's a type of energy that will really stimulate you to travel, to spread your wings, to feel free, to liberate yourself from any heaviness that you may have experienced throughout this eclipse season. So you might feel really motivated to study something. But remember, this energy needs to be channeled in a meaningful way. You need a purpose. You need a goal, a meaningful goal to work towards. This is the house of our life direction as well. This isn't about something superficial or something light. You are looking for depth here. So perhaps you might discover a new subject that may truly fascinate you. This is a good time for also booking a trip away. Perhaps you might be traveling during this time as well. Now, overall here with Scorpio energy being connected to anything to do with investigation, getting to the root of anything. So this is also a good time for going to places where some really interesting archaeological discoveries took place, or places connected to transformation for you, where potentially you could experience a sense of depth, transformation. Maybe that's what you need. But on a deeper level, this energy could also indicate a potential shift when it comes to your beliefs, when it comes to your life philosophy. And Mars here generally could create situations when perhaps something or someone might challenge your beliefs, and perhaps you might realize that you no longer align with some of your beliefs, life philosophies, and this could also indicate a potential shift, transformation. And at the same time, it's about exploring a deeper meaning of life. Think also what gives your life meaning. Now, with the ninth house, traditionally associated with the energy of Sagittarius. Perhaps be mindful, especially during debates, discussions about life, about perhaps politics, worldviews. Sometimes here with Mars and Scorpio, we might become more forceful than usual, especially with our opinions, our views during debates, during discussions, something to watch out for overall. And at the same time, this transit is overall here to help you grow. It's about growth, the personal development as well, on a physical and intellectual, but also spiritual level, because also this is the house of astrology. So if you feel like learning astrology, then Mars here can be a fantastic time for doing so, because you can learn a lot of depth, things that are complex, challenging to learn otherwise. So thank you very much.